Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm usually used to rapturous applause, so this is a little unsettling. It's marvelous to be here at the Wigmore Hall. I can't tell you. I'm going to start with a little opening number called Say Hello. I want to reach out to the world and say hello there. I want to shake the hand of strangers in the street. And though there may be no one that I know there, I'll soon be friends with everybody that I meet. I want to reach out to the world and say hello there, and spread the news I've shed the blues and life is sweet. Bitter winds may blow in sunshine, rain or snow. I want to reach out to the world and say hello. Once I was a sad Scarlet O'Hara. Now I'm more a cheerful Che Guevara. No smudged mascara. I want to reach out to the world and say hello there. I may be scared to, but I dare to even so. No more tales of woe from Edgar Allan Poe. I want to reach out to the world and say hello. Key change. Out to the world and say hello there. I'm wrapped today up in a technicolor bow. Everywhere I go, from Wigmore to Bordeaux, I want to reach out to the world and say hello. I want to reach out to the world and say hello. Hi. I want to reach out to the world and say hello, bonjour, hello, konnichiwa, hello, guten tag, hello, shalom, hello, unga tunga balongo, hello, buenos dias, hello. Thank you so much. I'm going to do a number now, ladies and gentlemen, from my 1968 French album, Je m'appelle Hope. There's a little number called A Seedy Little Nightclub in Big Al. A seedy little nightclub in Big Al. It's no Folie Bergère or Cafe Royale, but a lonely person sure to find a pal in a seedy little nightclub in Big Al. In the corner there's an old accordioniste. The accordionist has got a broken wrist, poor thing, and to ease the pain he's usually appeased. Now he drinks just to exist and smokes hashish smuggled in from Senegal in a seedy little nightclub in Big Al. There's a lady from Marseille who plays the saw, and for tips she'll do it backwards in the raw. What that lady used to do for an encore was obscene. Furthermore, now she keeps her wooden leg behind the door. There's a drawer drawing on a napkin by Chagall in a seedy little nightclub in Pigalle. Middle 8. Be discreet, if you will. There's an entrance off the street. Let's be naughty. Don't forget to pay your bill. Don't forget to wipe your feet, for the carpet's not been cleaned since 1940. It's like a scene out of a book by Jean Genet. And on Sunday night the cabaret is gay. The most beautiful of boys come out to play mime to songs and sassy, and the older gentleman will always pay. It's a bigger marketplace than Old Leal in a seedy little nightclub in Pigalle. Instrumental. There's a very curvy prostitute called Maud, and her pimp, a lofty lesbian called Claude. They offered me menage a trois. I said, oh Lord, perhaps I might some night if I was bored. Well, it certainly helped to boost a girl's morale in a seedy little nightclub in Pigalle. God, my agent, Sid, would have a petty mal. That's the kind of fit. He would scold me, yes indeedy, if he saw me being needy in a seedy little nightclub in Pigalle. But I say, Sid, I'd probably say it 3 times knowing me. Sid, if it was good enough for Piaf, then it's good enough for Miaf. It's probably not my best work, but what can you do? If I want to, and I want to, then I shall. Come for cocaine and a quarrel, come for anything immoral. The press rave that the most depraved locale is a seedy little nightclub in Pigalle. Ah! Thank you. Think you can clap. Think you can clap a little bit. You can laugh, you can clap. Do what you might normally do, especially if you're at home. I come from a long line of showgirls, ladies and gentlemen. This is my mother Rusty Springs. Listen, it doesn't get any better than this, so make the most of it. Then there was my grandmother, Elke Seltzer, the girl with the sparkling personality. And then there was my great-grandmother, Augusta Wind. And I'm going to do a song from her repertoire, ladies and gentlemen. This is a song she made famous in a show called The Flaming Flappers of 45. There's a number called The Zodiac Lover. I met a handsome Virgo, he was sweet and pure. Tender, gentle ergo, just a tad demure. Too kind and too refined to be a maid of mine. I'm the Zodiac Lover. What's your sign? Gemini who made me sigh in far Bombay had a twin called Gunga Din with whom he liked to play. I got pulled in 2 directions, had one hell of a time. I'm the Zodiac Lover. What's your sign? Librans, Pisceans, and Capricorns, those hot Taurians with their great big horns. From January to December, how's a girl to cope? I try to remember the horoscope. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't like to show off, but I am a highly trained multi-instrumentalist. And I'm going to do a little solo now, ladies and gentlemen, on my beautiful glockenspiel. Thank you. That was a waste of $4.99. Librans, Pisceans, and Capricorns, those hot Taurians with their great big horns. From January to December, how's a girl to cope? I try to remember the horoscope. I was a Sagittarian, ended up in divorce. There was truth, though, in the legend, half man. And for those of you less up on your astrology, half horse. I caught him eating oats out of a nose bag. You weren't expecting that, were you? But a way to dine. I'm the Zodiac Lover. What's your sign? What's your sign? What's your sign? Thank you. It's almost deafening. Thank you. I was a little quick on the uptake there. Follow spot. There is a follow spot, isn't there? It's not a figment of my medication. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do a number from one of my albums. I can't actually remember which one myself at this time, but that's just the way it is. It's a song called Nothing for You. It's about my husband, Irving. I wrote it for him. My husband, Irving. We lived in a camper van in Dungeness with his close personal hairdresser friend, Carlos. A little bit of a squeeze. And when Irving told me he was getting a little camper, I was like, I don't think that's possible. And I'm going to do this little number now, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy it. I got candy for my babies, berries for my jam. I got rent for the landlord, mustard for my ham, but I got nothing for you. Nothing at all for you. You lied, you cheated, ruined my credit too, and I got absolute. I got prayers for the preacher, pennies for the bank. I got weed for the goldfish swimming round the tank, but I got nothing for you. Nothing at all for you. You worked my nerves, you brought me down, you made me blue. I got absolute. I gave you something right at the start, something very precious to me, and way too hasty, you just wasted my heart. That's the last thing I'm gonna give away for free. got ice for my whiskey, tonic for my gin. I got a ticket for the lotto just in case I win. But I got nothing for you, nothing at all for you. I got some sugar-coated loving I'm gonna give to someone new. I got absolutely nothing for you. I got coals for the fire, for my bagels I've got lox. I got water for the flowers in my window box, but I got nothing for you, nothing at all for you. You lied, you cheated, ruined my credit too. You worked my nerves, you brought me down, you made me blue. I got some sugar-coated loving I'm gonna give to someone new. I got absolutely nothing for you. I got nothing, absolutely nothing for you. I got nothing for you, nothing for you, and that's all. Oh, so much, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna have a little. Oh, excuse me. Have a little slurpette, ladies and gentlemen, a little soup song. They tried to find me a dirty old broken bottle, but I had to make do with a glass. So I'm going to do a song now, ladies and gentlemen, another song from a repertoire of my great-grandmother, Augusta Wind. Was she my grandmother? Right? Oh, anyone would think I was making this up. This is a song called Bad, Bad Girl, and I'm sure there are a few of you out there. Wallace Simpson in her day was quite the femme fatale. Mata Hari had a way to boost a man's morale. Women throughout history, unknown and important too, have used their charm and mystery. And done things that they oughtn't to. Salome sealed John the Baptist's fate. She had his head served on a plate. She knocked at least a dozen males off, but at the point her story trails off, she was busy peeling several veils off and confessing while undressing in a whirl. I mean, a bad, bad girl. Lucretia kosher Borgia has a knack for stabbing people in the back. She was a dame with much ambition. She lived for fame and high position. One day she made the frank admission, I laced your champagne with a poison pearl. I mean a bad, bad girl. Ancient kings swooned neath the spell of that scarlet harlot Jezebel. She wore fine jewels and gold and such else, lipstick and rouge, but not too much else. She warned the boys they best not touch else. Then she wailed as from a window she was hurled. I mean a bad, bad girl. Some girls do just as they should. They're lawful to the letter. When we're good, we're very, very good. But when we're bad, we're better. When Antony took his last gasp, Cleopatra grabbed the nearest asp. As her life force started draining, I said asp, and her heartbeat started waning. She cried, not that I'm complaining, but before I shuffle off this mortal coil, I mean a bad, bad goil. When they put the spark to Joan of Arc, she cried, mon Dieu, the future's stark. As the flames they started licking, and the clock it started ticking, she cried, soon I'll be fried chicken. I'll miss frogs' legs and l'escargot most of all. I've been a bad, bad goal. The Bible states the firstborn mates were Adam and Eve behind the gates of that gorgeous garden Eden. On an apple Eve was feeding. Next thing Adam and Eve are breeding. Eve said, I'm the first to make a man's toes curl. I mean a bad, I've been a bad, bad girl. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. A little, I don't know, I think I lost something down there. 1976. Sometimes I think it's emerging, but it's not. Oh, so pretty in here, this room. Reminds me of the Cucaracha Club in Tijuana. This song now, ladies and gentlemen, this next song is from my 1976 Memphis album. I was lucky enough to record in High Wycombe. The title track is Queen of Fools. Castles, fairy tales, and make-believe, a princess in Organdy, and a world of her own. But castles disappear with a break of day, and fairy tales slip away. I might have known. I had the key to a kingdom with no throne. I'm the queen of fools. nothing's gonna make it right. I'm the queen of fools, falling in love with the wrong guy, always coming out with the wrong line. Nothing's gonna make it right. I'm gonna pack my bags, catch a train, I'm leaving everything behind. Nothing's gonna make it right this time. Truck stops, coffee shops, and motel rooms, a ghost that is passing through, just a face in the rain. I held on tight to my toy balloon, took a trip to a lonely moon, couldn't get back again. Hear me laughing as I dance through my domain. I'm the queen of fools, doing the wrong thing at the wrong time, taking the road at the wrong sign. Nothing's gonna make it right. I'm the queen of fools, falling in love with the wrong guy, always coming out with the wrong line. Nothing's gonna make it right. I'm gonna pack my bags, catch a train, I'm leaving everything behind. Nothing's gonna make it right this time. I'm gonna pack my bags, catch a train, I'm leaving everything behind. Nothing's gonna make it right. I'm the queen of fools, doing the wrong thing at the wrong time, taking the road at the wrong sign. Nothing's gonna make it right. I'm the queen of fools, falling in love with the wrong guy, always coming out with the wrong line. Nothing's gonna make it right. I'm gonna pack my bags, catch a train, I'm leaving everything behind. Nothing's gonna make it right this time. Nothing's gonna make it right this time. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've dated a lot of guys over the years, a lot of talented guys, a lot of musicians. I dated Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yeah, not all at the same time, of course. That was the Monkees. And I dated Sir Noel Coward. You're a noble coward. What a darling, darling man he was. When I say dated, I had brunch with him once at the Pink Pelican Casino in Las Vegas, where I was working, and he happened to be there too. And we had a charming, charming, delightful brunch, dinner, supper, kind of all merged into one, really. And, well, I had to go powder my nose at one point. That's we women do. And off I went, and he said, Hope, sweetie, please, please, darling, please don't desert us at dessert. That's what he said. Only it sounded more like him when he did it. Anyway, so by the time I'd come back, he'd written me a song, which I'm going to do for you now, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very, very special number to me. Very, very special. I left something down here. Okay, here. Oh, look. Got a little wire on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually talking to Vladimir Putin at the same time as I'm doing this show. This is code. I have to put my glasses on for this, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted a little bit of a... I never know whether to put the lashes inside or out. I really don't. And you see, the lashes, I don't know if you know this, it's all part of my genetic makeup. So I'm Irish, Lithuanian, and Eskimo. The eyes, obviously Irish. The hair is so Lithuanian you wouldn't believe. And the eyelashes, well, it's Eskimo, isn't it? It's got to be the Eskimo. It's genetic. See? Stops the snow getting in your eyes in a blizzard. Perfect. Unfortunately, they're a blessing and a curse, to be honest. Sometimes they snap shut in the middle of a concert. That can be awful, but it's even worse when I'm driving. It's happened when I'm driving. Which reminds me of my friend, Mrs. Milfman, lovely woman, died peacefully in her sleep, unlike her passengers. So anyway, I'm going to do this song for you now, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. I keep it with me at all times. It's very precious. Just have to sort of reassemble it a little bit here. Don't need that bit. There we go. That's better. Actually, I do need that bit. It's one of the most important bits of all, actually. There we are. Here we go. Here's the song that darling Sir Noel wrote for me back in the day. It's called Please Don't Desert Us at Dessert. Please don't desert us at dessert. Please don't desert us at dessert. Leave us at the starter or slip off at the soup. Escape us at the entree, pretend that you've got croup. Make your exit during coffee, say you've gone to Guadeloupe. But please don't desert us at dessert. Please don't desert us at dessert. Please don't desert us at dessert. Vanish at 11's, I've got a personal hunch. Nobody will miss you if you leg it after lunch. So scarper at the canapes or beat it during brunch. But please don't desert us at dessert. Key change. Please don't desert us at dessert. Please don't desert us at dessert. You've got no airs and graces. You're enormous, I'll admit. You'll remember that bit. But hope, you're an oasis of guileless charm and wit. That's better. And if you go and leave us, we'll all be in the cherry trifle. I'd rather spend a fortnight in a yurt That's a terribly exotic type of teepee. Please don't desert us, you'll only go and hurt us. Please don't desert us at dessert. Thank you so much. Then he said he was desperate for a fag, went outside, and I never saw him again. Just put it back in my archive. Thank you. Okay. So now we're going to do another little number. This is a number I used to do in my early days at the Starlight Lounge in Las Vegas, ladies and gentlemen, when I started out there. And it's a little number actually from my 1969 album, Miss Hope Springs Swings with Strings. Thank you. There's a song called Man Hungry. Well, that's the other song. I did that already. It's very alike, isn't it? They're almost identical. I've got it now. 'Cause she was man hungry, hungry for a hunk of man, a man hungry woman, desperate for a desperate Dan. It's been the same old story ever since the world began. First there was Stone Age Betty. She looked just like a Yeti. She lived on roots and weeds. She couldn't find a pal amongst those hairy Neanderthal to fulfill her womanly needs. She was dying for a date, but she couldn't find a mate. How she yearned to do the dirty deed, 'cause she was man hungry, hungry for a hunk of man, a man hungry woman, desperate for a desperate Dan. It's been the same old story ever since the world began. Then there was poor old Conchita, an aging lotus eater. She lived in deepest dark Peru. She had unnatural urges, so she dieted with purges till her face turned lapis blue. She was dying to try a Mayan, but the Mayan weren't a buyin'. She said right now a blinking Inca would do, 'cause she was man hungry, hungry for a hunk of man, a man hungry sister, desperate for a desperate Dan. It's been the same old story ever since the world began. Then there was Suki from Samoa at 10 tons of real Goa, but the boys all passed her by. She beat a billabong gong and wailed a Horton love song till she found herself a guy. She was so overcome with ardor, she cried, "Baby, do it harder." Then she crushed into a pulp with her thigh, 'cause she was man hungry, hungry for a hunk of man, a man hungry woman, desperate for a desperate Dan. It's been the same old story ever since the world began. Ancient Roman Donatella couldn't find herself a fella. She had a mustache and some warts. Though she didn't stand a chance, the idea of romance kept on buzzing round her thoughts. She found herself a hot centurion, but his tastes were Epicurean. He said he'd much prefer to play other sports, 'cause he was man hungry, hungry for a hunk of man. A man hungry, mister, desperate for a desperate day. It's been the same old story ever since the world began. It's been the same old story ever since the world began. Thank you. So now I'm going to do a song, ladies and gentlemen, from one of my most successful shows. And it was a show called Vegas to Weimar. It was about my time in Berlin. So when I took the camper van to Berlin, I was booked at a very beautiful venue, not unlike this, very beautiful venue. I was so excited. And I got there, and sadly, I was in the wrong part of the venue. I was in the part of the venue that was in West Berlin, and I'd been booked at the part of the venue that was in East Berlin. So I had to climb over the Berlin Wall and break into East Germany. Probably the only person who's ever done that. And I'm going to do a song from that show, ladies and gentlemen. It's about how much I love Berlin. I love Berlin. I love Berlin. In the springtime or fall, I love Berlin. I love Berlin. Berlin is the best town of all. I love Berlin. I love Berlin. I love Berlin in the morning or night. I love Berlin. I might like Minsk, but I'm not convinced that it's quite like Berlin. And Reykjavik, I wouldn't pick, it's too cold, much too cold. And Rome, well, Rome is divine, but too old, much too old. And Nice, well, Nice is nice, but too French, much too French. And Marseille, Marseille is très gay, but what was that stench? As for Hull, I've been to Hull, it was hell, and so dull. After Hull, Dublin was sheer hell as well, I could tell. And Zagreb didn't grab me one bit, not a bit. Next, Kirkuk. Mexico City was utter. Vito, Vienna, Siena, Ravenna. Mysore was an eyesore. Bombay, too much henna. And New York, well, New York was too tall and too hot, much too hot. And Cork promised a lot, it was not. What a spot. And Madrid, all I could do there I did, yes I did. And Hong Kong, horrendous. I got there and hid all week long. Budapest, lacking luster and zest, zero zest. Mogadishu, everyone's so underdressed, I got depressed. But Berlin, Berlin is a magical sight, burning bright. You can keep Moscow and Nome. There's only one place I call home, though parts are as ugly as sin. It's the best place on earth that ich bin. I love Berlin. I love Berlin. I love Berlin. Thank you. I was a little girl, I used to wander the side streets of our neighborhood in search of adventure. There were so many exciting things to see. Around one corner was a boarding house, and there, on the stoop, almost every day, sat the most extraordinary-looking old woman. At least I think she was a woman. Wrapped in a faded Chinese dressing gown, a blue paper flower in her carrot-colored hair, her face a mask of white powder and rouge. I thought she was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. And when she caught me staring at her from across the street, she smiled and beckoned me with one long painted fingernail. And when I got close enough to smell the booze and the cheap perfume, she said, "All the fun of the fair, I've had all the fun of the fair. You get just one ticket for which you must pay. Don't go and waste it or throw it away. Play all the stalls, shout hooray when that coconut falls. At the end of the day, although you may not get your share, at least you can say, I was there. Bad or good, good or bad, I've had all the fun of the fair." And these days I find myself living in a very similar kind of boarding house, much more upmarket, of course. And you may find me sitting on the stoop almost every day, watching the world go by. Only recently I had a male admirer, all of 7 years old. And when I caught him staring at me from across the street, I smiled and beckoned him with one long painted fingernail. And when he got close enough to smell my terribly expensive eau de parfum, I said, "All the fun of the fair, I've had all the fun of the fair. You get just one ticket for which you must pay. Don't go and waste it or throw it away. Play all the stalls, shout hooray when that coconut falls. At the end of the day, although you may not get your share, at least you can say, I was there. Bad or good, good or bad, I've had all the fun of the fair." Play all the stalls, shout hooray when that coconut falls. At the end of the day, although you may not get your share, at least you can say, I was there. Bad or good, good or bad, I've had all the fun of the fair. All the fun of the fair. All the fun of the fair. Thank you. I was going to stay there until I got a reaction. Literally. I've sometimes been there until the early morning, waiting. I'm going to do another song, ladies and gentlemen. This is a song about a girl called Wanda. any resemblance to anyone living or dead is purely coincidental. There was a girl called Wanda, a curvy blue-eyed blonde who was fond of a very good time. She got real frisky, started drinking whiskey by the age of only 9. Her father said, "Depart this house, go fend on your own. Get out of my hair, girl, and don't you dare come home." So Wanda went wandering down the avenue, boys shouting, "Hey girl," girls shouting, "Shoo," wearing a skirt as short as the law would allow. I wonder where Wanda's wandering now. She was quite the looker, so she turned hooker down the docks on the Lower East Side. She got into quarrels and lowered her morals as low as the equinox tide. She wed a one-legged sailor and they lived on the skids. He drank all his wages and went into rages and beat up the kids. So Wanda went wandering down the avenue, boys shouting, "Hey girl," girls shouting, "Shoo," wearing a skirt as short as the law would allow. I wonder where Wanda's wandering now. She moved to New Jersey, joined the Sisters of Mercy, and repented the wages of sin. She gave diphtheria to the Mother Superior when they shared a bottle of gin. They threw her out one cold winter's night in the snow and the sleet. But it wouldn't be long before our Wanda was back on her feet. So Wanda went wandering down the avenue, boys shouting, "Hey girl," girls shouting, "Shoo," wearing a skirt as short as the law would allow. I wonder where Wanda's wandering now. She was married by a vicar to a baron with a dodgy ticker. He was only 93. He left her several million, and she moved into the Crillon Hotel there in gay Paris. She took a Martinican lover by the name of Jean-André, and on a cloud of coke and champagne, they danced the years away. Wanda popped her clogs one night at the age of 112. The concierge turned a blind eye, for it's not polite to delve. You see, they found her hanging by her ankles from a crystal chandelier, wearing nothing but a bustier and a grin from ear to ear. The moral of this story: find your bliss at any cost. All those who are lost may wander, but not all those who wander are lost. So Wanda went wandering down the avenue, boys shouting, "Hey girl," girls shouting, "Shoo," wearing a skirt as short as the law would allow. I wonder where Wanda's wandering now. Wanda went wandering down the avenue, boys shouting, "Hey girl," girls shouting, "Shoo," wearing a skirt as short as the law would allow. I wonder where Wanda's wandering one more time, and wonder when wandering down the avenue, boys shouting, "Hey girl," girls shouting, "Shoo," wearing a skirt as short as the law would allow. I wonder where Wanda's wandering. Is she still wild blue yondering? Wonder where Wanda's wandering now. Ha! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You've been a divine audience, wherever you are. It's been a special, special moment. I'm wearing my beautiful Andrew Logan brooch in honor of Pride, beautiful Pride. And I'm here at the beautiful Wigmore Hall, thanks to John Gilhooly for inviting me back, and the lovely, lovely team you have here. Gorgeous, gorgeous, which doesn't hurt. They've been very sweet to me. Thank you. I'm going to finish now, ladies and gentlemen, with a song that I used to do at the end of my show, and I still do. It's called Carnival. Thank you. Welcome to the carnival. I joined the circus long ago. I don't know how to do real life, but I can sure put on a show. Welcome to the carnival. I always love to play with fire. Without a safety net beneath, I used to dance upon the wire. Smoke and mirrors hide the fact. Behind the laughter there's a twist. Without my makeup on, I'm frightened that I don't exist. Welcome to the carnival. Don't you love a marching band? Life's a harlequin parade that turns to sawdust in your hand. Welcome to the carnival. Even clowns grow old in time, grow jaded with their faded act, as I have now become with mine. But if you really want me to, I'll fetch my feathers and my smile, and in the half-light act out happy endings for a while. I could never find the words. I could never find the time. The most important things I only acted out in mime. Welcome to the carnival. What you get ain't what you see. Despite the madness and the noise, there's no one here at all but me. Thank you.